Hello students. So let's start with today's biology class. In the previous class we have discussed about birth control methods or contraceptive methods and we are finished with the methods. Next topic we are going to start in this chapter of reproductive health is medical termination of pregnancy. It is also called as MTP. Okay, as we have discussed about birth control or contraceptive methods in which the measures or the methods we have discussed ki how the pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy or the population can be controlled or the population can be controlled. Now what is this medical termination of pregnancy? It means that intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy is called MTP. Means termination of pregnancy means when the mother will stop the pregnancy, means she will not be able to get pregnant but because of her own will. तो ये एक voluntary action है, you can say कि हमारी मर्ज़ी से जब हम प्रेगनेंसी को स्टॉप करते हैं, उसके लिए कोई भी मेथड को अडॉप्ट करते हैं, देन इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज मेडिकल टर्मिनेशन ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी. ओके, एंड अबाउट 45 to 50 million MTPs are performed in a year all over the world. So if we talk about per year, you can say the average of this MTPs, तो we will find that पूरे साल में अगर हम कंपेयर करें तो all over the world 45 to 50 million MTPs are being done, which means that 45 to 50 million people जो है वो voluntarily अपनी मर्ज़ी के अनुसार MTP को फॉलो करते हैं. ठीक है, why is that so? रीज़न क्या है उसके पीछे, we will discuss later. And Government of India legalized MTP in 1971 with some strict actions to prevent its misuse. तो Government of India ने इसको लीगल किया था 1971 में. ठीक है, उससे पहले ये जो था एक इलीगल एक्शन था, बट 1971 में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने इसको लीगलाइज कर दिया था बिकॉज लोग क्या करने लगे थे, ये जो प्रेगनेंसी है उसको मीन्स अबॉर्शन जो है वो उसको मिसयूज़ के फॉर्म में इसको यूज़ करने लगे. जैसे फीमेल फिटिसाइड सबको पता है, बिकॉज द पीपल दे वर when they get pregnant they just went to doctor, they just diagnosed how, means that sex determination was done by this and they then follow this MTP. ठीक है, तो ये जो है जनरली क्या करते थे लोग, उनके माइंड में जो ये मिसकॉन्सेप्शन है या मिथ है कि दैट द फीमेल चाइल्ड शुड नॉट बी एक्सेप्टेड, तो उसके लिए क्या करते थे लोग, डायग्नोज करवाते थे, सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन करवाते थे डॉक्टर से, और जब उन्हें पता चलता था कि वो एक फ़ीमेल चाइल्ड है, गर्ल चाइल्ड है, तो वो अबॉर्ट करवा देते थे. उसे भी हम MTP ही कंसीडर करेंगे क्योंकि वो भी क्या है, अपनी विल के अकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है. ठीक है, अगर नेचुरली कोई मिसकैरेज हो जाता है, अबॉर्ट हो जाता है चाइल्ड, तो दैट इज़ नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज MTP. MTP विल बी ओनली कंसिडर्ड एज व्हेन यू डू दिस अबॉर्शन विद योर बिकॉज ऑफ योर ऑन विल. ठीक है, तो फिर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने इसको क्या किया, लीगलाइज कर दिया 1971 में कि इसको कोई भी मिसयूज़ के लिए मिसयूज़ इसका नहीं करेगा फॉर फीमेल फिटिसाइड, इट विल नॉट बी एक्सेप्टेड. तो उसके बाद वैसे भी बंद कर दिया गया था फीमेल सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन और एनी काइंड ऑफ unrequired pregnancies, they will not be considered as a legal action for MTP. Okay, now let's see what are the conditions required for MTP. कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने कुछ नॉर्म्स बनाए हैं, रूल्स बनाए हैं जिसके अंडर सिर्फ हम MTP को अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम अपनी मर्ज़ी से फीमेल फिटिसाइड को फॉलो करने के लिए भी हम MTP को फॉलो कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट इज़ टू गेट रिड ऑफ अनवांटेड प्रेगनेंसीज. तो बेसिकली इसका पर्पज़ क्या था, अनवांटेड प्रेगनेंसीज को से छुटकारा पाना. ठीक है, which can be due to casual unprotected intercourse, because sometimes if the family is completed, a couple has a completed family with 2 or 3 child, whatever they want, okay, but still if they will get pregnant, the mother will get pregnant due to some casual unprotected sex, or they have not follow or they have not adopted any birth control method, in that case only the MTP can be considered, can be taken. और फेलियर ऑफ कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव्स, कभी कभी क्या होता है कि आफ्टर फैमिली कंप्लीशन द फीमेल दे टेक्स मेडिसिन और समटाइम्स ओरल पिल्स, या फिर कभी कभी होता है कि सर्जिकली रिमूव करवाने के बाद भी, या फिर सर्जिकल वासेक्टोमी या ट्यूबेक्टोमी के बाद भी अगर कोई प्रेग्नेंट हो जाता है, मीन्स उसमें कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव मेथड्स सभी फेल हो जाते हैं, उस केस में फिर MTP को लीगल बोला गया है गवर्नमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग. ठीक है, Next is rape cases. Sometimes after rape there can be a chance that the girl may get pregnant. Okay, तो उस केस में भी MTP को legal action consider किया गया है. और risky for mother or fetus. It happens sometimes like in the first pregnancy the mother will, if the mother will conceive and some miscarriage happens, or it is not good for the health of mother, or after delivery, or you can say the doctor suggests that if the mother will get pregnant it will not be safe for both mother or fetus. In that case only MTP can be followed. Okay, तो क्लियर है कि MTP हम हर किसी कंडीशन में उसको फॉलो नहीं कर सकते हैं. गवर्नमेंट के रूल्स के अकॉर्डिंग ही MTP को इन्हीं कंडीशंस में एक्वायर किया जा सकता है, एक्सेप्ट किया जा सकता है. अदरवाइज इट इज़ कम्प्लीटली एन इलीगल एक्शन अकॉर्डिंग टू गवर्नमेंट. सो लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. So next topic is sexually transmitted diseases. As we have already discussed, the diseases or infections which can be spread from one person to other due to sexual intercourse are called sexually transmitted diseases, as the name suggests. So they are also called as venereal diseases or reproductive tract infections. Venereal diseases means VD, or reproductive tract infection means RTI. Okay, so the question, sometimes the question comes in board exams from this topic, either STD, they can write either STD, VD or RTI. So you should know all the three terms. Okay, so is it clear the diseases? These are communicable diseases which will spread only through sexual intercourse. There are one or two diseases there which can spread through sharing the infected needles or through blood transfusion also, but most commonly these diseases are spread through sexual intercourse. Okay, so examples of this disease are gonorrhea, syphilis, genital herpes, chlamydiasis, genital warts, trichomoniasis, hepatitis B and AIDS. So all these diseases we will study in detail in third unit, when we will study the third unit, but now here only you should know the names. So these names you should know all the names which is given in your NCERT book. So if you will see, hepatitis B and AIDS are most severe, or you can say these are fatal diseases which may lead to death, or actually they are non-curable. There is no treatment, such treatment of these diseases, hepatitis B and AIDS. But if we talk about other diseases, these are curable, but if they are detected at the early stage or the proper treatment is given, only in that case these diseases can be cured. So what can be the symptoms of this disease? STDs has most common, mostly all type of STDs have the common symptoms, but the symptoms are very minor. We just ignore these symptoms, but actually they can lead to these severe diseases. So it can be, the minor symptoms can be either itching in the private parts, fluid discharge, slight pain or swelling. Okay, so these are so minor that we just ignore these symptoms. Okay, but you should be careful if you have such kind of symptoms. Or they can be asymptomatic. Sometimes the infection spreads in the body, but still there is no symptoms shown in the body. Okay, so in that case the disease will be asymptomatic, कि person को कुछ पता ही नहीं चलेगा, उसको कुछ symptoms नहीं दिखेंगे, और जब वो बहुत ज़्यादा late stage पे आ जाएगा then we will find it. Okay, next is, this type of diseases are common in the age of 15 to 24 years. तो इस age में सबसे ज़्यादा common होती है, क्योंकि अगर कुछ symptoms होते भी हैं तो उस age में क्या होता है कि जो adolescents होते हैं वो कुछ भी शेयर नहीं करना चाहते. They feel shy or they don't feel comfortable by discussing on these topics. Okay, तो इसीलिए रीज़न ये है कि sometimes some personal hygiene, they will not take proper hygiene, then the reason is that. Okay, but you should not feel shy. If you feel any kind of symptom, then you should share with your parents or your friends, or you can just also go to doctor. Okay, or if they are not taken seriously, they can even lead to some other diseases. क्योंकि हम क्या करेंगे, इसके बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे तो ये क्या है, सिवियर होता जाएगा, या फिर ये कुछ और डिजीज़ को भी जो है बर्थ दे सकता है. ठीक है, लाइक पेल्विक इन्फ्लेमेटरी डिजीज़, तो जो पेल्विक एरिया है वहाँ तक इन्फेक्शन स्प्रेड हो सकता है जेनिटल एरिया से. ठीक है, उससे क्या है कि और ज़्यादा सीवियर हो जाता है फिर. Then infertility, if these diseases, such kind of infections can also lead to infertility, that will cause the lady will not get pregnant easily, okay. और it may also lead to cancer, कि अगर हम बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं देंगे तो sometimes ये इतना severe हो जाता है कि it can lead to cancer, okay. So these are the symptoms of STDs. So let's see how we can prevent STDs. Okay, so next is how to avoid or prevent STDs. So first point is avoiding sex with unknown partners or multiple partners. As you know, STD is because of the intercourse between two persons and it is transferred through sexual intercourse. So the STD can be prevented by avoiding sex with more than one person or with unknown partner, because you don't know that person might have STD that will be transferred to your body through sexual intercourse. Second one is always use condom during intercourse. So you know condom, it will cover the penis or vagina in case of female and penis in case of male. So by using condoms during intercourse, there will be less chance or even no chance of having STDs, okay. Next one is seeking medical help for early detection and completely cure if diagnosed with diseases. Obviously, if you will diagnose with some STD, then you should start your treatment early, because it will help you to cure that disease easily, except two diseases, as I told you, hepatitis B and AIDS are the two diseases which cannot be cured. Otherwise, all other STDs can be cured if they will be diagnosed at early stage, but the proper treatment is required for that, okay. So is it clear? So by these methods or by taking these precautions, we can prevent STD. So let's see the next topic. Okay, so next important topic is infertility. So infertility means the inability of a couple to produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual act. Means if a couple is having unprotected sex for around 2 years and if they are not getting pregnant, it means that they are unable to give birth, means they are unable to conceive, then this condition is called infertility. So the reason for this can be either physical reason, some physically unfitness is there in the body of either male or female. Congenital reason can also be there, immunological reason, usage of drugs, or some physiological reasons can be there, some hormonal imbalance or some stress. So these can be the reasons which may lead to infertility, okay. So how the treatment can be taken? Either it can be done with the infertility clinics. So we have specialized clinics for this, where the person can go for a corrected treatment, but if still the treatments does not work, then they can go for assisted reproductive technologies. So these assisted reproductive technologies are some specific techniques. Now you know that the science is developing much and much by developing new technologies, okay. So these new technologies can enable these infertile couples to have children. These technologies can include IVF, that is in vitro fertilization, in vivo fertilization, GIFT, ICSI and AI. So these are the assisted reproductive technology or techniques. We will study these techniques one by one in detail. So let's start with the assisted technologies. So we'll take up one by one. So first one is IVF or in vitro fertilization. It is also called as test tube baby. So let's see what is the procedure in this. So in this case, the egg from the mother is being taken out from the mother's body and sperms from the husband is being collected. If the egg of the mother is fine, it is means if physically it is fine, but first it has to be checked. But if there is some problem in the mother's egg, then some donor's egg can also be taken from some other female, okay. So egg from mother and sperms from husband, they are being collected outside the body and they are being kept under observation. Then they are being fused in the test tube. That is why this is called in vitro fertilization. So fusion will take place outside the body in a test tube by expert doctors. That is why it is called in vitro fertilization or test tube baby. So after fusion, the zygote will be formed. That zygote can be directly transferred into the fallopian tube, or it has to be first, means, or the wait will be done till the zygote will be converted into embryo. If the zygote at the early stage, so zygote is transferred at the early stage, that is around 8 blastome years. ठीक है, तो zygote जो है वो 8 blastome year stage पे it is being transferred into the fallopian tube directly. Then this technique will be called as ZIFT. This is called as ZIFT, means zygote intrafallopian transfer. Or the zygote will remain in the test tube and it will be provided with the proper nutrient media required for the development of the zygote. When this zygote will be converted into embryo, a mass of cells, then it is transferred into the uterus. तो अगर वो zygote stage पे ही transfer कर रहे हैं, then it will be kept into the, inserted into the fallopian tube. But if they are transferred in the embryo stage, then it will be transferred into the uterus directly. This technique will be called as IUT, means intrauterine transfer. So is it clear? So this process, whole process will be done in the laboratory by expert doctors, and for that, to improve the quality of eggs, some medicines or some hormonal injections are given to mother, so that more than one eggs can be prepared at one time, so that to increase the chances of fusion. Okay, so this is in vitro fertilization, and it is most common method which is used by doctors for infertile couples, because it gives a very good result. Or the transfer can be done either in the mother's body itself. If the mother's uterus is fine, then it will be transferred into the mother's body, or sometimes if the mother's uterus is not fine, then it can be transferred into some other female's body, that is called as surrogate mother, okay, for further development. So this is all about IVF. Let's see the next technique. Okay, so next method is in vivo fertilization. As I told you about in vitro fertilization, in which the egg from the mother and sperms from the father will be taken, and the zygote or embryo will be transferred into mother's body. But in this case, the transfer of embryo will be done into some other female. Like if the mother's physiological conditions are not fine, the uterus is not viable, or you can say uterus is not that much strong to bear the pregnancy, so some other female can be selected for this, and the embryo or zygote will be transferred into other female, that will be called as surrogate mother. Okay, so this much difference is there in the in vitro and in vivo fertilization. Next one is GIFT, which is called gamete intrafallopian transfer. So in this case, what is being done? So the egg from the donor will be taken, because if the eggs of the female or the mother is not viable, then donor egg can be taken, and directly the gamete will be transferred into the fallopian tube. Okay, so the fusion will takes place. So the gametes will be transferred into the fallopian tube for further fertilization. Next one is ICSI. ICSI is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So this will be the case when the fusion, this is actually a part of IVF. When the IVF is being done and the egg and the sperm are kept into the test tube for fusion, but sometimes it happens that sperm is not able to fuse the egg naturally. So in that case, the sperm will be injected into the egg cytoplasm. Okay, that is called as ICSI. That is being done with a very thin needle. The sperms are taken into the injection, and that thin needle is inserted into the egg of the mother, and it will be directly, the nucleus of the sperm will directly enter into the egg, and the fusion will take place. This will be the case when the sperm is not able to fuse, or some chemicals are not secreted by egg for natural fertilization, or sometimes a layer of zona pellucida is formed around, still remain around the egg, which will not allow the sperm to enter into the eggs nucleus. Okay, so the ICSI is a part of IVF, you can say. दिस विल मेक यू कैन से द IVF को और ज़्यादा ये इसके जो सक्सेस रेट है उसको इंक्रीज़ कर देती है. नेक्स्ट वन इज़ IUI और AI, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड इंट्रा यूट्राइन इंसेमिनेशन और आर्टिफिशियल इंसेमिनेशन. दिस विल बी द केस इन विच द स्पर्म्स फ्रॉम द husband will be taken and the sperms will be you can say concentrated. A concentrated solution will be taken so that the sperm quality and motility will be improved, and they are then put into an very thin catheter like, very thin tube like structure, and then directly injected into the uterus of the female. So this is called intrauterine insemination. The sperms will themselves move from the uterus towards the fallopian tube for further fertilization, then natural process will take place. The only thing is that the concentrated semen will be taken to improve the quality, to improve the number, and if there is any infection in the vaginal or the cervix area, then this will overcome the infection and the directly sperm will enter into the uterus. So these are the methods and they are very very important. बोर्ड एग्जाम में इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आता है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये मेथड्स जो हैं इनफर्टिलिटी को ओवरकम करने के लिए. सो लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट वन. So next one is legal adoption. Like I have told you about the treatments that can be done or techniques can be done in case of infertility, but still if the couples are not able to get you can say the female is not able to get pregnant through that techniques also, or if they don't want to take these go for these techniques, they can go for legal adoption, in which the baby can be legally adopted under government rules. And this is also one of a very good method for the couples who are suffering from this infertility problem or they want to enjoy the parenthood. So the legal adoption is also one of a you can say solution to infertility. So with this we are finished with this chapter, and so you have to find out, search the NCERT question answers and do it by yourself. If you have any doubt in any question, you can ask me on WhatsApp. Thank you.